Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Wednesday, January 22nd, 2014. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We're going to start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. What you'll see here is that the futures are actually trading lower by about 1.25 today to around 1837.25 per contract. So we're not seeing a lot of action. You would think that the markets would be down much more today with the IBM earnings report that came out last night, but that is not the case. Today you do have Europe just a slight bit weaker, really just below the flat line, and then you have the Asian markets last night, which were up pretty decently. Well, I should say the Shanghai Composite, which is mainland China. The rest of Asia was up modestly. Nikkei 225 index was up about 0.16%. The Hang Seng was up about 0.2%. The Bombay Sensex Index was up about 0.4%. So I don't think there are really any problems coming out of Asia, and the Shanghai was up over 2%, which is a huge move. So again, seeing a little bit of weakness here, but nothing all that disturbing at the moment, nothing all that troublesome. So we'll see how things take shape once the opening bell rings. That'll be in about 50 minutes or so, 52 minutes. Looking at the market, there are a lot of stocks to talk about. I hinted on IBM earlier. We're going to take a look at that equity right now. I will have some gap levels, but yesterday the stock closed at 188.43. Today it is trading down at 181.70. I believe last night in the after hours it did trade as almost got to 180. Didn't quite get there. I think this can get down there, though. I think it can get down to that level. So I'll have some gap levels for this one posted up in the chat room. But again, IBM really under a ton of pressure this morning. Stock with a pretty sizable move lower. And you know, when you see something like that, you have to take a look at it because it is such a heavily weighted stock in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Remember, the Dow Jones is a price cap weighted index of 30 stocks. So this will definitely weigh on the Dow today. Again, IBM is no longer the largest stock in the Dow Jones anymore. It is now, I believe, Visa. So we'll have to watch this one pretty closely. But nonetheless, it still has a huge weighting, and this should pull down the Dow, at least initially. At least it should weigh on the Dow. And again, I'll have gap levels for this one posted up in the chat room at 9 o'clock. Another stock I want to talk about today that could be in motion is Cree. It's not having a huge gap up, but it closed at 62.83. It's trading right now at 63.40. I have a level for this one. If it gets down to around $57, it can be bought as a scalp. So keep Cree on the radar today. I know it's not really moving much from where it closed yesterday at 62.83 at the moment, but if it does sell off and the stock has the characteristic of moving big after earnings, so watch 57. There could be a scalp play there on Cree. Let's take a look at Lam Research. LRCX is the ticker symbol. Now this is a semiconductor equipment maker. Right now the stock is trading at 54.45. It closed at 54.45. It was a little shaky in the after hours yesterday. Not seeing much here. If the stock rallies up to 56.25, 56.50, that's probably where it stalls out. If it comes down to around 51.43, that's where you want to be a buyer. Both levels are scalp plays, just intraday. Let's take a look at COH. COH is one I have on my gap list today. COH has had a pretty good fall here. Closed at 52.55. Now trading at 49.34. Was trading as low as $48 earlier. I will have some levels for a COH. So come on over to the chat room. They'll be posted up at 9 o'clock in the morning. Want to talk about AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. Semiconductor play similar to Intel. This one is getting hit a little bit. Closed at $4.17. It was down a lot lower. Now it's at $3.84, as you can see here. I have some levels here. Scalp play around $3.63. $3.63 gets there. There's a scalp play. After that, though, if that level fails, it's all the way down to $3.07. So there's a lot of wiggle room here, but 363 should give you some kind of a bounce, probably 4 or 5 cents, maybe a little bit more, and then you're going to look down at 307, which I think is a pretty good area, possibly even for a longer term play, a few days. Looking at another equity here, I'm looking at ASML. I believe this is in the semi-family as well. This stock is gapping up. I think I have some gap levels for this one as well. I'll post those up at 9 o'clock in the morning, and they should be pretty solid. But this is another stock that is in motion today, so you want to keep your eyes on this one. Again, we're getting a lot of equities that are really making some pretty decent moves, up, down, and all around. So again, traders want to watch all of these equities. I think there was a takeover today, if I'm not mistaken. I think VMware bought somebody for about 1.2 billion, 1.17 billion. VMware is acquiring AirWatch. I don't think that is a publicly traded company, so watch VMware. A lot of times when you make an acquisition, the stock could come under pressure, and you see the stock has been really coming down pretty sharply there over the last hour or so. Right now for VMware, I don't have a great level, but keep this level on the radar. It's kind of far away, but if it gets down to around 84.40, VMware is a play. So you do want to own VMware today around 84.40. I don't even know if it's going to get there. Right now it's trading at 95.11. It traded as high as 102 though. Now after the news, trading at 95.11. But I do like the 84.40 level for VMware if it gets there. So keep that on the watch list. VMW is the ticker symbol, 84.40. That is a level where you can go in and snatch this up for a scalp play. Should give you a bounce. Let's take a look at oil today. Oil is trading slightly higher. Oil's up 67 cents to $95.64 a barrel. Let's go to the all-important USO, which is a good proxy for light sweet crude, and you'll see that this is trading above the 34 level. So oil is holding up pretty well. I'm going to give it a neutral bias today. I don't know if it has a lot more upside here. Yesterday we talked about 34.20, 34.25 being some resistance, so we got to watch that a little closer today as we approach those levels on the USO. But either way you slice it or dice it, decent little move up for oil, and we want to respect it at least at the moment. You do have a major snowstorm taking place in the Northeast, New York, all the way up to Boston, I believe Maine. They're getting hit with a blizzard. So again, oil prices generally will do well when you have a big storm or something of that nature. Also, you want to take a look at gold today. Gold is down 30 cents. Make that 20 cents to $1,241 an ounce. It's actually $1241.60 to be exact at the moment. Let's take a look at the GLD, which is usually a good proxy for gold. And what you're going to see here is the GLD is pretty much sitting right at where it closed yesterday at 119.70. It's trading at 119.76, but nothing really wrong here for gold or the GLD. Again, little flat open. Can't make too much out of that one at the moment. So we're going to leave it here, short and sweet today. There are a lot of equities in play. There are some other equities that I didn't have gap levels for yet, but I'll still be working basically right till 9 o'clock to try to get more gap plays out for the chat members. But we should have at least 5 potential plays in motion, I believe, this morning. Maybe we'll get 1 or 2 more before 9 o'clock. With that said, everybody, the gap plays will be posted in the chat room at 9 a.m. And I'll see everybody on the charts. Take care. Have a great trading day.